Okay, it's recording, so don't say anything naughty. We're off and running. So, how many people could not get a wink of sleep last night because they were so excited about today's class? They just could not sleep. Well, let's put it this way: how many people want an A? Yeah, there we go. Now all of a sudden it was like, oh yeah, I couldn't sleep. Okay, you should be able to see my screen in a second. Should be popping up any second now. Did it make it? Just tell me when you can see it. That way I know we're seeing it. Okay, perfect. Today we're doing low-tech, no-tech games, and I happened to come across this site, an intro to gaming the system, and basically this is someone put together this whole thing about gamification, all sorts of things. Look, they have a low-tech, no-tech game here. It's a pirate game. Looks very exciting. And they have people running. Can't go wrong with people running. See, they have all this stuff. And basically all I did is I just typed low-tech, no-tech and see what I can find. They have all sorts of things here. They got Space Invaders over here. That's a Galaxian. Intro to gamification, but let's see who this is. I don't even know what site I'm on. If you want to know the truth. Let's see. It looks like Pong. Oh, isn't that cool? Very interesting stuff here. Okay, so, I mean, if anyone wants these links, I can give them to you. I just decided to take a look. So what we're going to do today is what's called low-tech, no-tech game. Low-tech, no-tech is where, pretty much like it sounds, no tech. Now, if I wanted to be really strict on this one, technically a pencil is technology. Pencils don't grow naturally out in the wilderness. If they do, then I have not found a pencil tree. But so you could say anything is technology, but you know we're not going to be that bad. What I'm saying is no high tech. Let's put it that way. So what you want to do is you want to try to make the free is the operative word. You want to do free things. Now, it's supposed to follow what you've been doing so far. Your week 1 game, which by the way, they were terrific. No, I don't say that every month. Okay, I do say that every month, but that's just me. No, I don't say that every month. They were incredible. From top to bottom, these were really good games. I was impressed. And the game you're going to make now should follow that. But once again, the same caveat. If you say, wow, this no-tech, low-tech game, it's really not going to work for what I've been doing. Okay, then just come off on a tangent. As long as it's similar, you're fine. Now, if you are just like completely, just can't do it, you can't figure it out, you could go to one of these sites like Zondel. Anybody ever heard of Zondel? Did I show you Zondel yet? I don't remember. I didn't show you. Okay. I would hope you don't go to Zondel. It's really not true gamification. I'm going to show you why. I always pick this one because it's just the creepiest one. I'd love to know what the casting call was for the guy who does the voice. Okay, get ready. Wait till you hear the voice. Okay, here we go. Okay. Shouldn't ask this. Gotten all of these there. I don't know. I'm gonna go. I didn't like that. I need the voices. Okay.
Move the mouse. Grab the pin and pop that balloon.
Do you hear that? This guy sounds creepy. Okay, now watch. The game has absolutely nothing to do with the question.
I wanted a fishy.
There's something wrong with this guy. I'm gonna say 8. Nope, I have a 9. Wow, I'm doing bad. I don't know the tutors at all.
Can you pop the balloon with the pin? Oh well.
No fish. Okay. She was totally committed.
Oh, go on, pop the balloon.
Here we go. Hey, I got a fish. Now look, you'll see this has nothing to do with the rest of it. Okay.
Move your mouse to control your big fish, eating as many little fish as you can in the time allowed. Watch out for the heli bombs now.
I don't know. In Britain, do they like bomb fish?
Not good.
Is that any fish over there? I don't know. Okay, Frame Guy Fawkes.
Go on,
there we
pop
go.
The balloon with the pin. Oh well.
Oh, no fishy. Okay, I'm gonna do it one more time.
Pop the balloon and see if there's a little fish.
These are really horrible questions, by the way.
Oh well.
Look, I even got it right. I didn't get a fish. Well, who cares how many gunpowder things?
Oh, go on.
I guess.
Pop the balloon, please. Oh,
yeah, I got a
nice,
fishy.
Very nice.
Now look, nothing even exciting happens if you finish the thing. Watch out for the bombs. Whoa, here they come. Once again, is this how they fish in Britain? They drop little depth charges on the fish. I would think you wouldn't get much out of them that way. Oh, go the other way. Go the other way. Quickly. Whoa. Woohoo. I did it. You see, nothing exciting happens. Okay, enough of this. It's really not good. They're very disconnected from each other. Your game, even if it's low tech, no tech, should be connected to what you're teaching. I'll give you an example. Here's something I did a while ago. Anybody ever hear of Google Sites? Oh, hold on. What? No, out. Sorry, my 6-year-old doesn't. Hold on a second. Hold on. Sorry about that. My 6-year-old doesn't understand a locked door. He's dressing as one of the Teen Titans, and he wanted to show me. Anyway, how many of you have heard of Google Sites? I love Teen Titans. They're fun to watch. Okay, Google Sites. They came out with it a long time ago. That's where you could make really quick and dirty like web pages. Guess how much it costs? Take a wild guess. Free, exactly. If it's free, it's for me. You can see how long ago I did this. This was before 2013 I did it. What I did is, at the previous school I was at, previous college, they needed help, and I taught a macroeconomics course. I really liked macroeconomics, but the course itself was so boring. It was read the book and answer questions. It was just a boring class. So what I did is I created a game called Countries and Continents, where you create countries, the countries form continents, and then you start to demonstrate the macroeconomic theories as countries, supply and demand, arbitraging, all that good stuff. So here, let's see how many of this is still working. No, that's not working. Let's go back. Hold on. Kill that. Let's try this one. See if that one's still working. Yeah, I think this one. There you go. So I created one called the Poyet Republic. See, I made a flag. There's their exports. I don't even know if it still works. There, corn on the cob holders, optical alert, computer technicians, and their imports, things like that. So each person would create this, and I would have a central area that I could watch all these, and I could send out little notes to people saying, "Oh, there's a run on wheat. If you sell wheat, you better raise your prices." Things like that. So it made it. The people had a good time. The kids had a good time with it. So that's an example of doing a low tech, no tech. Yeah, there's tech involved, but it's free. That's the best part. Close this. I'll leave that open for now. I'm going to show you some examples that other people have done to hopefully give you some ideas to really jog those brains. Okay, let's go down here. Okay, here's one. This is for the guy. I believe Jared works at what's the airlines? Sky Blue. Oh my god, I can't believe I just forgot the airline. What's the one with blue in the title? Is it blue? JetBlue. Thank you. I was thinking Skyjet, Sky, whatever. So JetBlue. Thank you. He works at JetBlue, and he came up with his game concept was dominoes. I thought this was really a neat. I've never seen this one. This is the first time someone did one with dominoes before. So I thought that was really cool. So you can look. He shows you his pack of tiles. Do I expect him to have an entire pack of tiles here? No. But he made them. He physically made some tiles here. He shows you what they look like. And he's showing you how to play it. That's what you got to do here. You come up with the game, and you got to show that it is playable. Do I expect you to play a whole game? No. But you can't have, as I keep saying, you can't have as part of the game, now player 3 hovers 5 feet in the air with no strings or anything. Unless you have a Magic game, it's just not going to happen. So see, and he's showing all the different, what happens when you play. I thought that was a really cute idea. So you want to go over, here, let me go, I'll go over a few more before I keep talking. Okay, here's one. Now this one I'm not going to show all the details of it. What I wanted to show you is this person actually played it with that, I think that's his daughter. He actually played it with her. See, he's showing his hand, showing her hand. See, he thinks he's doing well. I think he said she won. See, she won. I've had people film their families playing, which I thought was really funny, especially when you see their reactions. It's incredible how quickly they get competitive. Okay, let's go to the next one. This one really took the concept of low tech, no tech, free to the nth degree. Okay, dealing with learning. That's kind of what I look like with hair. Okay, you basically use your textbooks and a deck of cards. He told me he comes from an extremely poor school district. They literally have almost nothing. So they have their textbooks, he got a deck of cards, and that's how many points it is, and you basically just pick questions from your book. He said he played this with the kids. He said they had a blast with it because they felt like they were in control and they could pick hard questions or easy questions. But this one really took the low tech, no tech right off the charts. So you can see these are different things here. I don't know why he's got Kaboom in there. Bang. It's like Batman here. Okay, so I thought that was a really good idea, real good use. He went really overboard with that, which is terrific. Okay, here's the next one. This person worked in the, I think it was the financial aid office of their college. This is a real college. If you look it up, I forgot where it is, but if you go College Boulevard, Oakmont entrance, I think if you go to Google, you'll find it. It might be in somewhere in Virginia. So does anyone want to try that? Look it up. College Boulevard, Oakmont entrance. See if you can find the college. I don't remember it. Ugh, I hate when it does this. It's going to fit. There we go. So basically, this was a kind of a scavenger hunt kind of game that helped you get acclimated to the college. The goal was to keep them there. Because if students go to a college and they don't find their niche, like in the first 2 weeks, their dropout rate really increases. So you get a camera and you go around taking pictures to find things. See, you got your mission cards, what you got to find. You know, what if you're scheduled for the wrong class? What do you do? So it's very helpful for new students. So you got, see, I can barely make that out. That looks like the Harvard symbol, but it's not. It's a community college, I think she worked at. Okay, so there, and you got, so basically she's got a sample round. She explains why you're playing the game, how to play the game. Got a few more. This I thought was funny, Frack Attack. The fraction game. Okay, it's another card game. Here's the gameplay. It's kind of like war. You figure out who wins or which fractions are equal. There's different things you could play with this. Like 2/16 is 1/8. So you got to find it. I remember giving her a suggestion. You should throw percentages in here. So like 2/16, 8/16, and then you have 50% to see if the kids could do that. Okay? And you just keep track with a piece of paper. So that's a card game. Now this one, what I want to show you is the games don't always have to be, I wouldn't say frivolous. I'm not going to say frivolous, but you could have very serious topics as part of a game. The game doesn't make the topic any less serious, but it helps open up the doors for people to get to the information to make it more accessible. So this is where he did this. He's a history teacher, and they were doing Nazi Germany, and you have to escape from Poland, and that's the whole game is about. Did we lose somebody or gain somebody? I think we gained someone. All of a sudden, I heard a beep beep. So I'm going to show you his game board. So there's his game board. Now, did he actually create this? No, he didn't. And look, the cards. These cards. Those are 2 decks of cards. Hey, Sonia. These are just 2 decks of cards. He didn't make the cards, but he's going in. He goes into how it basically works. See, he gives like sample rounds here. What happens? You know, you go into hiding, things like that. It's not meant to like rival the game Sorry or Trouble or something, but it's supposed to teach you about Nazi Germany in 1939 and people trying to get away. See, the fate card, the Gestapo brings you back. It's a very heavy topic, but it worked for this. This was done by Morton, who was in the military. I think I showed you his video at the beginning. This was his low-tech, no-tech game to go along with it. See, it's low-tech cards, and he's telling you where his inspiration came from. He's telling the concept of it. Here's the card design, which I thought was really cool. This gives you everything you needed to know on here. And it's like war. He came up with all sorts of different games with this same deck of cards. So you're playing war, basically, he went over on this one. Kind of like poker and Uno, all sorts of things here. Name that rank. This is like flashcards. I told him he should make these, and I told him he could then give me 80% of the profit, which I thought was really reasonable of me. I could have gone for like 90, but I said 80. You know, go for yourself too. You're supposed to say, Andy, you're such a great guy. That's awesome. Yeah, no one wants to get an A. This one was an interesting one. Thank you. See, he's getting an A. This was interesting because this one wasn't a card game, and it wasn't a board game. There were no dice involved. This is where you have to be creative in the game itself. She's an art teacher teaching 1 point perspective. And 1 point perspective. Sorry about that. I was trying to think for a second and I was about to sneeze. 1 point perspective deals with the vanishing point. So what she wanted everyone to do was make a city. Instead of just going into this is how you do 1 point perspective, you make squares like this and all that. She went into all the and by the way, here's the materials needed. Here are the rules. And there's your criteria and all that. And this creeped me out. I remember telling her that. I'm like, would you lobotomize this guy? She thought it was funny. Okay, so the way it works is you draw your city, but then you come up with a story behind it. And everyone votes on it and decides who had the best city or what have you. See, you get little ribbons and things. So here's some examples of what they would look like. This is kind of creepy that someone did a war zone. Space aliens. It's kind of nice. And then they come up with a whole story. This is more of a free-floating kind of game. Okay, and let me see, was that it? I think that was the last one. Yeah, so I have all these samples here. So you can see it runs the gamut of all the different things you could do. So let's go back to here. So let's look at the assignment. Now, you want to have some sort of title slide. Now, if you're doing a movie, which is fine, you can do a movie, but you want to have some sort of title slide in the movie so we can see what game you're talking about. The game should relate to or is a continuation of the secret selling game and the gamification, the gamified assessment. Once again, if it just doesn't work, then that's fine. Just come up with something tangential to it. It's appropriate for the intended audience. We want to know what the outcome is supposed to be and what your game. Let's say your game dealt with mathematics and you did the Polish Underground. That's kind of a stretch. That's more of a history game than mathematics, but I guess you could make it work. But you have to show us the connection. Where does it connect to the learning? The game is playable. It's got to be able to be played. Doesn't mean you played it. It doesn't mean it's a fully functional game. It just has the potential to be playable. It should be active. Some of the best games. There was one game where they threw sponge balls at each other. Forgot the details. That was like a year ago. Someone came up with that. I thought it was funny. But she said the kids just loved it. They just loved whipping these sponge balls at each other. It should be free. Essentially free. Obviously, if there's some cost involved, that's okay. But you can't say, okay, every student gets an iPad, because that's just not going to fly. You want to do a keynote or a PowerPoint, keep it to a maximum of 20. If you go 25, 30, fine. I'm not going to complain. If you go 10, that's fine too. I'm not a stickler for things like that. Video presentation, keep it to 3 minutes. Don't go for 15 minutes. I don't want to see a movie. Just get to the point. You want to make sure you identify who's learning. The concepts are clearly explained. The rules have been described as best you can. and give a sample round. Show us how the game is played. Don't just tell us that this is how it would work. Do a sample. And the reflections you guys are used to this. Now, the class should now be functioning correctly. All the assignments should now be their discussion boards, so they're open to everybody like it used to be. So we should all be good. Plus, because of the goof up, we extended the... Here, let me go back here. Let me go into the activities. We extended the week 2 stuff. Normally, that would have been due yesterday, right here, the 17th. That's normally due the 17th. But we extended it another week if you need it. It looks like a lot of people already got it. So if you need it or if you want to redo stuff, go right ahead. I'm going to try to look at this hopefully tomorrow if I don't get called into 10,000 meetings. And if you have some issues, you can redo it and send it back in. Just send me $20 and we're cool. Okay? Or make it 25. Okay? I want to get sushi tomorrow. So, if everyone just kicks in 25, I can have sushi. Doesn't that sound good? That's a great idea. You're supposed to all cheer. Yeah, woo, sushi for Andy. Cash check or charge. 30 pays. No, thank you. I want. What is a peso now to $1? I don't even know anymore. It's cash is fine, but I'll take a charge. That's okay. I'm not picky. I'm a pretty easygoing guy. So anyway, so like I said, I'm going to try to get this done tomorrow. I'll get them back to you as quick as I can. Then if they're, let's say you just had a mind fart, and for one of the things, like the fill-ins, you forgot the space has to go at the end, and I ding you on it. If you're like, oh wow, I had a mind fart on that one, submit it again. I'll be happy to give you the points. I'd rather see you get 100 than just ding you on points. So that's another reason why I like to extend that one too. But we also extended it because of the goof up that happened in the semester. So this one is also due by the 24th. But like I said, if you can get this one done soon, then I can get it right back to you. Now, the last thing you're going to be doing, and I'm going to go over this next week in much more detail, but these last things you're going to be doing basically is a wrap up of everything. You're going to be here. I'll give you a preview. I'm going to do this again next week, but I'm going to give you a preview here, okay? So this is a free preview. I should have like a trailer or something playing. Okay, let's go to edit. Now, don't look at this just yet online because, first of all, I don't think you can yet because I don't think it's up, but we're tweaking it a little for the updates. So it's going to be slightly different. So I'm just giving you like an idea of what's going to happen. As it was, you would do a video to promote your games. And the video should be as creative as you want. I had one person one year. She had just moved to some tiny, tiny town in Montana. She knew nobody. It had snowed, and she couldn't even get out of the house. And this was an older assignment that you had to do an interview. She's like, my nearest neighbor is like 2 miles away, and I'm not trudging through snow. So I said, well, do you have an animal? She had a dog. I'm like, why don't you interview the dog? So she really ran with it. She had the dog. She had a little thought bubble pop up above his head. It was really funny. She did a great job. She also interviewed the plant, which was scared of the dog. Very interesting. I did not know that. So it worked out well. So you're going to create like a promotional video of some sort. Now remember, this might change slightly. They haven't gotten to me how it's going to completely change. But the first part's the promotional video. Now the next thing you're going to do is the wrap up. Once again, I'm going to do this again next week. Don't worry. Let me get down here. Okay, let's go to edit. Okay, this is the wrap up. What in essence you're going to be doing is creating a package to put together. In essence, let's say we work together. Let's say we're both history teachers, and you do all these incredible games. And I say, wow, I would love to do that in my class. Can I get that from you? You could literally hand me a package, a box, a folder, a disk. Wow, I really dated myself. I was about to say diskette, a thumb drive, something. And I could plug it in, look at it, I know exactly how to do it. That's what you're going to be creating, a wrap-up package of everything. That's why everything has to kind of still be related. Now, what you're going to do this week, once again, you are going to create a low-tech, no-tech game. If there's some technology in there, that's fine. We understand that. But remember, you can't have it where they buy iPads because people just can't afford some of this stuff. Okay, everybody good there? I don't hear any screams of pain. That's usually a good sign. Okay, excellent. Okay, so I'm going to stop the recording now. We hit all the stuff we got to go over.